Hello chess friends and welcome to the channel. My name is Mauri. Esteban Canal, born in Peru in 1896, was a prominent figure in the chess world during the 1920s and 1930s. I want to show you one of his most famous games, the so-called Peruvian Immortal. The name is a reference to the famous Immortal Game played by Adolf Anderssen in the 19th century. The Peruvian Immortal was played in 1934 during a simultaneous exhibition in Budapest against an unknown amateur. Canal kicks off with e4 and his opponent plays the Scandinavian defense d5, and after e takes d5, queen takes d5, the knight comes out with tempo, as we say, knight c3, queen a5 and d4. And here black played c6, which is a common move in this position, fighting for the d5 square and also allowing the queen a retreat back to d8 in case of need. Another common move in this position would be knight f6. But after c6, Canal played knight f3, and here the most common move these days is knight f6. But black played bishop g4, and here white has some options. He could play h3, which is a common move today, and also bishop e2. But Canal played bishop f4, which is a much more seldom played move. And after e6, h3 was played, asking the bishop kindly what it intends to do. And bishop takes on f3, queen takes f3, and bishop b4 comes out to pin the knight on c3 a little bit more. Canal continues to develop and prepares to castle, or so it seems at least, with bishop e2. And after knight d7, now Canal plays a very clever move, a very tricky move, which sets a nice trap. And the move is a3. And as you can see, this pawn now attacks the bishop on b4, but the pawn is also pinned, so that if the pawn were to take the bishop, then the queen on a5 can take the rook on a1. So this is why black now decided to castle on the queen side and allowing the bishop to be taken for the reasons that I just gave. The rook is hanging on a1. And what's interesting about this position is that the last move, castles, was actually the losing move. And now quite a brilliant continuation, which is a takes b4. So he takes the bishop and allows the rook to be taken on a1 with check, which seems to be a terrible mistake, but in fact it is not. Black took the rook with check, and now Canal played king d2, allowing the other rook to be taken as well, which black did. And actually, it doesn't matter what he does, he is lost. He takes the rook, and just like in the Immortal Game of the 19th century, white has sacrificed both his rooks for a mating attack. So how does white now finish the game? Maybe you want to pause a little bit and see if you can find it, because I'm going to show it now. It is queen takes c6 check. So it's a queen sacrifice. He sacrificed both his rooks and now his queen as well. So all his major pieces. And what can black do? Well, he can only accept the sacrifice because his king has nowhere to go. And so he takes this pawn. But now bishop a6 is checkmate. The bishops quite strong like that. If you're interested, this is a mating pattern called Boden's Mates. This was only a 14-move game, and there was only one major mistake made, which was when black long castled, and that was all it took. Alright, having said that, I thank you very much for watching this short game, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.